Hello, welcome to Land Timber Stream, everybody. It's Monday night. Hope you're having a good Monday, good week so far. Um, Working on day 460 here of the journey. Got a little bit of different setup here for the green screen and everything else. So anyway, it may you might see me kind of looking off to the other direction, but anyway, good to see everyone. Hey, Mark Milo, how are you, man? Good afternoon. Hope your week started well. It has started well. I was battling today with a problem in Azure with a template deployment that was just uh it was giving me problems. Lots of problems. Um but I figured out a little trick that was kind of cool and is a nice kind of a workaround. So got it right at the end of the day too. I've been working on it. It's weird, like Friday night I was supposed to just kind of take the night off, but I was vexed by this problem and I worked on it like a lot, until like midnight. Then over the weekend, fortunately, I came to my senses. I'm like, no, I've got a lab. That's what I got to do for the weekend, my time. And I did that. But today, man, I was just into it again, just focused. But finally got it fixed, which is cool. Um, what else going on? So, going great. Not to advertise or your stream, but finally got my badge for the CCDA data center. It's a great start to the week on the side of this. Yeah, man. That is great. Awesome. Hey, dude, for him. Good evening. How are you? Yeah, CCNA Data Center. That's great. That's awesome. Got that badge. Yeah, no advertisement at all, man. That's excellent. Always got to celebrate. Celebrate getting those certs. You do a great job. Yeah, great job on the badge. So this week I'm at day 460. I did not stream at all this weekend. I apologize. What happened was Saturday is, I labbed basically. I got two different blocks of rack rental time from I&E, and I labbed pretty much all day Saturday except for some errands and things I had to do. I was on call too, and I had a couple things to take care of, um, but yeah, I was just labbing, and so I was tired at the end of Saturday, and hung out with the fam, and then Sunday. I labbed all day Sunday pretty much. I&E Foundation Lab number 2, which is great. It's a great lab. Almost finished it. Got really close. I think I got to like the IPv6 section is all I have left. So tough lab for me anyway. It had some things thrown in there that I haven't done in a while. I'm not practiced that. So it was really good. But at the end of that, man, I was just fried. My brain was fried. So I'm like, I can't stream tonight. I'm just going to relax for another hour and a half or so. And then I went to bed, got up this morning, went to the gym, reinvigorated, ready to go. So, but yeah, that was my weekend. I&E Foundation Lab 2. What came out of that? A couple of things. I started off slow because I really wanted to focus on speed. I don't know if you all have ever seen, there's this thing that runs like twice a year called Games Done Quick, GDQ. And it kind of gave me a little inspiration this weekend. So I'm watching these people and they're playing like, I'd play it in the background or, a little bit Friday night or whatever. They do it 24/7. Like they do these marathons. They raise money for great causes. But these speedrunners, they call them speedrunners. They get on there and they play Mario, Super Mario, whatever the case might be. Metroid. I saw somebody do Minecraft and they just get on there and they're going as fast as they can. The only thing they care about is the clock. Like they have to achieve some goal by, and they're trying to usually beat themselves. Like usually they're the fastest in the world. They keep records of all this stuff, right? And usually they're against themselves, but man, they're just, it doesn't have to be perfect. The run through of the game, it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be anything. The only thing they're trying to do is go fast, racing the clock. So I started thinking about that, in terms of the configuration section of the lab. And really, and it's, some of the blogs too will say the same thing. It's kind of, it's a bit of a game. The lab exam is like they want you to do a certain thing, and they're throwing a lot of challenges at you with not a lot of time. So it really is a race against the clock. But you can't just get to the finish line under a certain amount of time. You have to get to the finish line in a certain amount of time and everything be correct, right? But I thought at least something I could do is speed run a little bit. And in terms of that, I was thinking about my setup. So I'm trying to nail down like my configuration setup in terms of my Putty windows, my notepads, the screens. I'm pointing over here because this is kind of where I lab now over here with the I&E rack rental, but and going fast. So I came up with this, and I had something like this before, but here you'll see on the meat chunks is just my own. I've posted this before. This is the raw link to it, but these are a lot of keyboard shortcuts. Some of them I already use, but they're different combinations. And some of them I just want to get faster at. I don't use, and I want to get faster in Putty. I've been using Secure CRT for years, Terminal on the Mac. But now I'm using Putty as often as I can with no right-click paste. I'm using Shift Insert to paste. So that's the first one up here. And I'm using this Logitech keyboard. It should be very similar to what they have in the actual lab. So this muscle memory stuff is really important for speed. Clear word before cursor or after the cursor, I've not been using that. I'm starting to use that now. Unfortunately, a word is considered to be before and after a dot. So 1.1.1 is 4 words. 1.1.1.1. So you have to be judicious in the use of this. Clear the whole line. I've been using that a long time. Control K I never use, and I should be using that. Clear line after cursor. And then to clear the whole line, usually I'll jump to the end, or I'll right arrow all the way to the end of the line, then do Control U. Well, with this, all you do is Control K, Control U. It's basically one extra key, and you've cleared your whole line, right? Also, yank. I use yank in the Control Y. I used that in the lab this weekend. I would like clear a line where it was a legit line. I get to the end, I realize, oh, you know what? I forget what IP address I need to put here. So what I would do is Control U, clear the line. That basically puts it in a buffer. And then do like a do show IP interface brief, whatever. Do show IP. Once I get the result, I do a Control Y, and it puts that line back. Without ever having to go to Notepad or anything else. So just little things like that can end up saving you, quite a bit of time. So I've been focusing on learning these. Also, just Chrome, like, let's say I have this page and I want to keep this page up like a diagram, but I also want to click on this link and open that in a new page. So I don't use Chrome keyboard shortcuts a lot. I'm going to start, but I'll use like Alt-D, Alt-Enter. Alt-D puts you up in the bookmarks bar or the URL bar, and then Alt-D or Alt-Enter opens that in a new page. Little things like that I'm just trying to find ways to save time. Then, of course, uses of grep and other commands. So anyway, just it's free. It's on my GitHub. This is a link direct to the raw file. You're welcome to use it if you want. But that's why the title is Speedrunning Cisco Labs. I&E Foundation Lab 2. I really am trying to get faster. And then I have 105 days to go to my first lab attempt. This week, out of the workbook, of course, it is NAT. So I've already done a couple of these. Most of this IP services, though, is NAT. So Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's almost done. I'm just proofing out something else, trying to break it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so 8 more labs. And again, over half of this is NAT, which is fine. I'm somewhat familiar with NAT, but I need to get faster. So what else is going on here? Yeah, Foundation Lab was great. It was extensive, and there were some difficult sections in there. Fortunately, like the DMVPN and the PPPoE connections, things like that I've been practicing with the Anki cards, I'm able to just knock those, punch out those configurations pretty quick. But I came across something that I have not seen before, and that is VRF. So if you have, let's say you VRF not on a physical interface. I'm so used to that. Like generally you create a VRF, apply it to a physical interface, you lose the IP and IPv6 address, right? But in this case, part of it was a case for VRF for a tunnel. So that threw me off a little bit, exactly what they were asking to do. But it's a cool little design that I learned by going through that foundation lab. So, and I'm getting used to using the INE rack rentals. One thing I learned, tip, if you use INE rack rentals, reserve your blocks in blocks of hours. You can reserve also in half-hour increments, so you could do 3 hours or 3.5. I wouldn't do that because they actually charge 3 tokens for half hour for this particular lab and 5 tokens for full hour. So when you add up those half hours, you're actually losing tokens that you're spending that way. So just a matter of planning, right? That's all I got tonight, folks. Hope everyone has a great Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us in the chat. Everybody I know is scrambling for certs. Wish you the best. I'm there with you in spirit. And, we'll be back here tomorrow night. I'll tell you how far I got with Nat and any other tips I pick up. Thanks for hanging out here in the Land Tamer stream for this vlog tonight. Feel free to like me here on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, YouTube. And if you're an Amazon Prime customer, and you may or may not know, if you have you get 1 free Twitch Prime subscription a month. Feel free to use that here if it's laying around. Thanks for hanging out, folks. We'll see you back here tomorrow night, same time, here in the Land Tamer stream.